Ladies and gentlemen, Big Four Boys, episode 21.
Hey,
This
woo!
podcast can legally drink now. We got that 21er. Alec, how are we? You're back in school. You're drinking COVID free, maybe not. How are
COVID full. Yeah, man, back to school, but it's good. It's a remote start, so zooming into classes, zooming into this, just doing a lot of zooming,
Yeah,
you know?
isn't that nice too? How you could be, face up at the screen listening to a lecture, but you could have, Pornhub or something to the left and just be doing your own thing, whacking off.
And the
I
best
don't know.
part is I just do this, and that's that. You know what I mean, man?
Yeah, yeah. You just got to
Uh,
cover it up and then do whatever
or
you want.
sometimes if we're feeling loose, we don't cover it up, right?
Yeah, yeah. Feeling loose, let one rip. Isn't it funny, dude? In this remote environment, that you could be going through a ton of shit at work. Your boss is messaging you with a bunch of bullshit, going, "Hey, I need you to get this done. Why isn't this done?" Just close that laptop. All your problems go away. Just shut that thing down and go. I don't know. Go to browsers or something.
Yeah, yeah. Who's, by the way, talking to be a official sponsor of the Big Four Boys. We just wanted to put it out there. Yeah,
If we
Big
got a
Four Boys.
right? Yeah,
Oh,
that'd be fun.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Would you do a, what you would call it, a cameo for them?
I
You'd
would.
charge them the business price, right?
I would charge them the business price. How would that work though? Would that be a corporate thing, like they're executives? What does an executive at Brazzers look like? It's
I don't
just
know.
like they're in a corporate, they're in a boardroom going, all right, we need more anal this month. Like we need
Hey,
ball
you're
gags.
you're
That's what's
you're the
doing
one
well.
doing the business cameos for them. I feel like there should be an upcharge, right, for a big company like that. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
right? 7 times the regular price isn't enough. It would have to be like 70.
Well, I think 70 is the current business price. So I
No,
do.
70 times the current price.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's getting away with murder. It's like you're letting Apple buy the regular business price, dude. That's not right. There
I know.
should be like if your market cap is over 10 grand or something.
That's a good way to gauge it. Definitely. Yeah, we can talk Cameo in a bit. We'll plug those. We got to get our own big four one where we both simultaneously do the same message. All right, dude. Let's talk. College football is over. It kind of sucks. Just that being done. That's probably my favorite league, favorite sport. But
Too
Georgia,
bad your team is so shitty.
Alabama, yeah, that's true. Pac-12's terrible, but so Alabama, they take another L. Is Nick Saban gonna get fired? Like, how does this work?
Why is Nick Saban gonna get fired? The guy keeps on showing up to call it the college football playoffs. He's always in the finals. He spanked Michigan 2 weeks ago, right? That wasn't even a
Yeah,
competitive game. That was just embarrassing. Jim Harbaugh, just damn, that game was bad. But anyone who had everyone knows that it's so hard to beat the same team twice in the same month, especially if it's like number one and number two. I know UGA was ranked were they ranked number three? So it was technically different. It's not one and two, but it was still, in my eyes, it was one and two. And I think there was a little bit of fourth quarter magic for the Bulldogs, um, you know, and they pulled out that win.
well, and
But
Bama's
Bryce Young is
receiver,
terrific. Huh?
yeah, yeah, he is. I mean, a couple bad picks, but their receiver Jamison Williams, he went down. He shouldn't have
Yeah.
played. He should have sat out like all these other stars and get the bag. But
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was just
Well,
too committed, too much school spirit.
by
Man,
the way, I think that other guys like sit out like the shitty bowl games, like the Jimmy
sure,
Kimmel Bowl game. I
yeah.
don't know if I blame them for that. I know that Kirk Hubstreet set. You know Kirk Hubstreet,
What?
Herb Street, whatever his name is,
Hang
the
on.
ESPN analyst,
Yeah,
makes like
yeah,
a few mil a year.
yeah.
He's like any of these players who don't play these bowl games don't love the game or something.
Yeah. Hmm.
I don't. Bullshit. I'm sorry. It's a meaningless game. I don't have
Yeah.
a problem with them
Yeah,
sitting
people
those
went
games.
after him for that. I don't know. I guess the argument is if you're scared of getting injured in that last game, what's stopping you from sitting out all these games because I don't know, you guys were working towards that bowl. So if you're sitting out
Were
one,
you? Were you? Because these bowls are pretty meaningless to me, man.
I
So
guess.
what if you win the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl game? I don't get that.
Okay, fair enough. But I think about a team like, mm, I guess you're right. I don't know. It
Like
at the same.
even the Rose Bowl, which is like probably one of the best like non college football playoff bowl games, right? Even that one, I'm still, eh,
Yeah,
I don't know.
you'd rather get money for blow and all that stuff. I guess. Do you think the teammates hold a grudge? Like, think about Pickett, the QB for Pitt, who just sat out, and they ended up losing to Michigan State. Like, are his teammates? They'll never talk to him again.
The QB, it's a different thing, man, a different beast. Yeah, if it's the QB that sits out, there has to be beef because that's the team, you know. No
Mhm.
offense to many of these wide receivers or some of these edge rushers or whatever O line guys, but if one of those guys sit out,
It's not moving the
it's like
needle.
maybe it moves the needle like half a point, right, in this like the Las Vegas spread. But if it's like your star QB who's sitting down, that's moving the needle a whole 3 points, a whole field goal. So
Yeah.
to me, that's pretty unforgivable. Um,
It was really funny too, because after Kirk made that big speech and said these kids fucking suck, they're Gen Zers, they're all spoiled TikTok gays, and they're not playing. I think that's word for word what he said, and uh,
yeah, that's
and
a quote, folks.
yeah, and I think it was that night that Pickett sat out, and then their backup QB for Pitt broke his arm. So you could argue like that could have been him if he played. He could have broken his
Shit,
arm and not been in the game. And there
shit.
were a bunch of people tweeting at Herb Street going, that right there is why you sit out. And I don't know. You'd have to argue that it might not have happened exactly that way. Kenny would have been faster than the backup and avoided the injury. It's all hypothetical BS. You never
I
know.
don't know, man. I don't know. But do I blame like if Will like let's say the Alabama wide receiver if he sat out this game that would be dumb because this is like a national championship game. The ratings are like as high as any college. I mean NFL playoff game.
Mhm.
That one is just a stupid move. Like some of these bowl games, though, I don't see the viewership. I don't see. I personally don't watch them, other than maybe the Rose Bowl, but that's
What
just
about the
me.
Mayo Bowl? You're not sitting out the Mayo Bowl, are you?
No, no, I don't know what the Mayo Bowl is. I don't know what all these random bowl names are. The Chick-fil-A Bowl, the freaking Jimmy Kimmel Bowl. I can't believe he has his own bowl.
Yeah, that's
Um,
insane. There's going to be the Fauci Bowl next. That's insane.
I'm
Um,
shocked there isn't.
well, the Mayo Bowl, they get doused in a huge can of mayonnaise and cum, and it looked nasty. I saw a video of it, and it's just this white heap pouring
Did you
down.
already buy your tickets for next year?
We might as well go. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
go live
I
on
know
it.
you'd love it.
Yeah.
Getting sprayed right in the face, right?
Yeah. Well, I could contribute to the bucket. Give some of my liquids. Um, all right, dude.
For your
I don't.
mayo.
Yeah, I don't have anything else for CFB. Did you see Stetson Bennett, the Georgia QB? Which what a name, by the way, Stetson. You can tell he's at a golf country club in his off time. It just insane. The jokes write themselves. He probably owns a pair of Chubbies and whatever those boat shoes are called. Just the most stereotypical, white sexual assault name. But did you see him in his ESPN interview the morning after they won? There was a photo of him. Just Jamie will pull it up, but there was a photo of him just like dried up lips, just looked hungover as shit, and he's sitting. Oh, he was on Good Morning America talking to Michael Strahan
Straight head.
and some other bitch, and they're just asking him questions, and he's like, I don't want to fucking be here right now. I didn't watch
Oh
the
my god.
actual video. I just saw photos of them smiling, looking at him, and he just does not want to be there.
By the way, that's like the high point of that guy's career, right? Like he doesn't have an NFL career.
Mm-mm.
Like that's it for him, right?
I guess, but and not that Baker Mayfield is a successful guy by any means, but it feels like a similar path where this Stetson guy was doubted by everyone. Even the fans of Georgia were like, "Fuck this, we want." Who was
But
JT Daniels? They wanted in it.
yeah, they wanted JT Daniels in the third quarter.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
So
even in that game, yeah.
in the championship game,
Yeah, they want like during the third quarter there were calls to like bring in JT Daniels.
damn. Well, Stetson proved him wrong, and he's a.
I mean, yeah. But he gave him like fuel for the fire until like that fourth quarter run he had.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll he'll be the next Browns QB is what I'll say.
No, no, by the way, you're wrong. Baker, the GM came out and he said, I'm fully behind Baker.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, he said 2022 he's our starting QB.
So he's gonna get the extend.
I don't know. Maybe the franchise tag. I think it would be a franchise tag.
Oh yeah. What the
Give him
fuck?
give him one more prove it year. But he's like, I expect a rebound. It was his injuries, and
Wow.
I
Yeah.
don't know, dude.
This is a Baker podcast. We love him, but that's insane that he would get that. Should we just trans into NFL? I don't have any more
Let's
college stuff. Yeah.
immediately. Let's trans in, trans whatever.
Yeah, they them into NFL. I know you had a couple things just with the
Before we
playoff
get into
matches. Yeah.
before we get into the playoff matchups, I just want to say the Colts, what the fuck, man? The fucking Colts, dude. They lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is an actual meaningful game for them. They're 16-point favorites. Jags got killed last week by the Patriots. It was like 50-10 or something. Like,
Yeah.
and then like everyone's expecting the Colts to win this. Like everyone, this is the fucking Jags and their coach is awful and their QB, who knows what his story is, everything like that. And they just shat the bed. And like every time you're like, oh, they're gonna do a run, they're gonna do a run, they're gonna make a run, and Carson Wentz just fucked it. And that's probably like the most talented team that didn't make the playoffs, and it's a shame, especially with like the larger playoff like pool. I mean, like
It is
that
a
was
shame. And I saw that Andrew Luck made a public appearance. RG3 interviewed him at some game over the weekend, and Andrew Luck looked like kind of a meth head. He was super skinny and had a little mustache and weird hair. And he
he
was
does.
talking, and RG3 just goes, "Oh, Andrew, what have you been up to?" And he said, "Oh, I've been on daddy duty, taking care of my kids, and
Hey,
nutting."
by the way, he's only 32.
Yeah, he retired super early, and all the messages were just saying, "Now's the time the Colts actually need a QB. They have their line now. They have a good running game. They need someone who can throw, but they fucked him early." And yeah, I
Dude, that's
don't
the
blame
worst
him
part,
for it
right?
now.
Like he was like right now they have a good offensive line, they have a good running back and a good team. And like if he just waited it out like a year or two.
Yeah, but I think for him it was the mental thing where he hated being injured. He hated Indianapolis. I mean, what do you do there? So yeah, I don't
Yeah.
blame him on that.
No offense to all our indie listeners.
There's a lot of them too, but yeah, the Colts are a damn shame. Should we talk about some of these matches? I don't know if you got
All
it
right. What
pulled
do
up.
you want to start with AFC or NFC?
Let's do AFC because they'll likely win the Super Bowl.
And you're just saying talking out of your ass?
Well, and mouth.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go AFC. For the 2-7, we got Kansas City against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kansas City home. Is this Big Ben's final game? Is this over? Is this it for Big Ben?
I think it might
Yeah,
be.
right.
Yeah. It depends on what dance Jackson Mahomes does for the ticky talk. Yeah, I think it is. I don't see. I hate the Chiefs. I hate that they've sort of figured this out and they're doing well. Seemed like earlier in the season they were complete shit. Andy Reid was reading a menu instead of his playbook. They just were not focused on the game itself. But now what did they finish? 11, 12 and
12, 12
5?
and 5, 12 and 5.
Yeah.
And right now, Vegas has them at a whopping, you're not going to believe this, 12.5 point favorite
Yeah.
against the Steelers. That is really bad. They're not even expecting this to be a close game. Like,
Yeah. And I'm
two
not I'm
possessions.
not really either. I think that uh Mahomes is a good player. He's not a good playoff player, but
I
he's
mean, he's made it to 2 Super Bowls already. He's like, what, 25?
yeah, well, he showed us what his his true colors in that last Super Bowl. But yeah, I think he'll do well in this first round at least. I don't have the Chiefs going far, but they'll win this game.
Really? Really? Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
By the way, I think this is going to be closer than 12 and a half. I don't know, man. I think Mike Tomlin does a good job with that defense.
Yeah.
Big Ben is not great, but they have Najee Harris and they have some like solid receivers. I think,
Yeah.
and they have a really good defense. Fucking TJ Watt, that other guy, like at least two 10+ sack guys. But I
Yeah.
don't know. I think I'm gonna bet Pitt plus 12.5, but we'll see. All right. Here goes our 3-6 matchup. We got the Bills and Patriots. Bills are home, and this one is pretty good because they played twice in the season, same AFC East division, and they split it.
Yeah.
And what do you think?
Well, I mean, the Patriots better hope for a rainstorm or snowstorm so they can just run it every time. I think that's their only bet. They're not stopping the Bills if whatever his fat name is, Josh Allen can throw.
I think they are. I think this is a Pats win.
Ooh,
I think this is definitely a Pats win.
even with the virgin quarterback.
Absolutely. I think they should have beat them the last time they played in New England, but I think Bill Belichick was withholding stuff
Ooh,
because
that's
they were
smart.
letting Josh Allen do whatever he wanted. I even said it on the pod. I was like, they let him do everything. They let him run. They let him pass. They let
Yeah,
Josh Allen and they didn't blitz Josh Allen, which is the way to get to Josh Allen. So I feel like they're holding stuff back,
yeah.
and I am definitely picking New England +4 on this one. This one, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, let's go for our next one. This is our 4 and 5, and it's the Las Vegas Raiders at Cincinnati.
Um, Cincinnati for sure. Joe Burrow's the best quarterback in the NFL. We already talked about this, but Cincinnati's hungry. They haven't been in the playoffs since Tupac was living. So
Is Joe Burrow hungry? He's a kid. This is his first playoff game, second
versus who?
season.
If the Raiders started Mariota, they'd have a better chance. But Derek
Derek
Carr,
Carr has fourth quarter comebacks. Like this guy is hungry. It's been like how many? He's like I think he's played like in 2 playoff games his whole career, and he's like 30 something.
yeah,
I
and
don't know, man. I think he's gonna come hungry. I'm betting the Raiders +5.5. That's just me right now.
don't you wish they had Henry Ruggs to come in and give him some speed instead of him speeding on
Beat
the
someone up.
freeway? Yeah, he killed a guy and a dog.
Oh man, yeah, yeah. Too bad.
How funny
All
is
right,
it that PETA was probably more outraged by the dog dying than
the girl, yeah,
a woman? Yeah, people were like, "Oh, a dog got killed." It's like, all right, well, what about the skank who had a whole life ahead of her? Come on. But I digress.
yeah, you
Yeah,
do.
Cincinnati will take that one. Yep.
All right, well, I think it'll be a closer game. So, look,
Yeah,
these are my bets: Raiders +5.5, Pitt +12.5, New England +4. Wow, I'm picking all underdogs, huh? That's not good. We'll see.
yeah, it's something
Okay,
about the playoffs too, where I don't know. You look at a matchup on paper, whereas regular season you'd probably see a blowout, but it's something where players get nervous and piss a little bit that it tightens up. I don't know if it's Goodell working his rig magic. He's like, more people are watching the playoffs. We got to make this closer. It can't be a blowout. But there's a little bit of mist in the air.
definitely.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's because more people run during the playoffs, so the games are slower, gives like less possessions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Makes sense.
Okay, so let's go NFC Tampa against Philadelphia. That's your 2 and 7.
Holy shit.
Um, they played earlier in the season, right? And Tampa like pulled out a close one against them.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa's favored -8.5. I think Tampa wins. I think Eagles are a shitty team. Eagles are unlucky they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think, and Tampa has a QB that's been in a couple playoff games, and I don't know. I just think that they're
Tampa a couple playoff games, right? Yeah.
yeah, he's been in a few, but no Antonio, so that'll be tough.
Yeah, that's good. Less distractions.
Did you see that I I told you about the Nelk Boys podcast,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I saw that.
They got him like a day later, a day after the incident. They're just coming to talk your shit, but
Tom Brady.
they didn't pressure him at all. It felt like they were walking on eggshells the whole interview. They didn't ask him any personal stuff. He would go off about how he deserved a better contract and he was the best on the team, and no one pushed back going, well, actually Mike Evans is better than you and Gronk is better than you. They just kind of nodded their heads and went, you're right, Antonio, you deserve better. I don't know, it made it
By the
like
way, who are the Nelk boys?
they're I mentioned them once on this pod. They're a bunch of prank kids where they've been doing it for 8 years or something, where they just will go on a cruise and they'll tabletop an 80-year-old woman and just stuff where they disrupt society and piss people off.
And
And
shitheads like you watch it.
yeah, and it's made them millions. They sell merch
Fuck
that is
yeah, man.
like, we're talking about us selling merch. Like, these dudes do anytime they drop new clothes on their website, it sells out instantly. They just have a bunch of annoying fans like
Are you
myself.
serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you bought a cameo appearance from them?
No, I'm sure they're on it though. I don't know what they would
Probably like
say,
$1,000 or something, right? Yeah.
but they have like 7 million subscribers and they're fucking massive.
A few million more than us.
A little, not much, but
Yeah.
their podcast they started just recently, and they get the craziest. I saw they have Gary Vee on today, and they I don't know, they have just really famous people. Do you?
We don't need fame. By the way, famous people want to join our pod, but we don't want them because
Yeah,
they're gonna drag it.
we mentioned Bill Simmons a few weeks ago. Just triple DMs without us responding. He's like, guys, please, following up
And by the
here,
way,
Bill again.
us giving him this plug right now is probably gonna boost his pod for the week.
You'll
We're
see
throwing him a bone right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what his idea was. He's like, maybe at least if they can make fun of me, I'll get some listens or something.
Yep. Any
Pathetic.
publicity is a good dick or whatever they say. All right, dude. So Tampa. Say Tampa Bay over Philly. That's not a tough one.
All right. Here's like the tightest line in all of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Cowboys and 49ers. This is a 3-6. Cowboys are home, and they're only favored by 3 points.
Yeah, once again, that's what do you think that Vegas is thinking there? It's the inexperience. It's them because that's I mean, the 3 versus 6. You'd think that'd be a bigger spread.
That's insulting the boys. That's the tightest spread.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Cowboys team obviously is hot or cold. Either they're 50 points or not. And the Cowboys can't win a game unless they score at least 28 points. I think, like, their statistics, like, if they don't score 28 points, they lose every game.
Wow.
So they're a finesse team. And, they have to be feeling it. And, Dak Prescott has to be feeling it. I don't know. I just think that I haven't seen 49ers, though. They're also very I don't know.
I don't know if I see that's an interesting stat. I don't know if I see the Cowboys getting 28. I don't know how this Niners secondary is. I just know their up front has always been good. They get carried by their defense. They're off. I mean, Jimmy G is fucking terrible. Like he's another QB that I hate.
So that's what Vegas is saying. They're like, they're not going to score that many points against this defense.
Yeah.
But I just want to see how 49ers previous opponents have done. All right. Rams last week scored 24 on them. Texans 7, Titans 17, Falcons 13, Bengals 23, and Bengals are a pretty good team.
Yeah.
Shit.
Damn.
Seahawks 23, Vikings 26.
Okay.
The only team that scored over 28 on them has been the Packers and the Lions.
Yeah. Well, I hate to break it. Oh, the Lions. Wow. I hate to break. I mean, Dak
that was week 1.
Yeah. Dak is no Aaron Rodgers. He's maybe a tenth of Aaron Rodgers, skill wise. Is it? Oh no, it's just a vaccine thing.
Oh, okay, got it. Oh,
yeah.
Is Dak fully vaccinated?
Well, maybe he's.
I'm pretty sure he has the booster too. So
okay.
So you're probably like, yeah, that even brought his powers even less.
It fucked him up. Yeah.
Yeah. True. I'm with you. Damn. Good call on that. By the way, he hasn't gotten COVID yet, which is worrisome. All the teams whose stars haven't gotten COVID yet is pretty worrisome to me.
Just because they'll get it, like, come playoff time.
Yeah. Like I'm not worried about Tom Brady because he's an alien, so I don't think he's possible. Like he could get any virus or anything.
Yeah.
But Dak, I mean, the guy's pretty fat.
Yeah, he is chunky. Yeah, and he's in Texas where they got good grub. But they lowered the window at least. So if you get it on Monday or something, you could still
play on Sunday, right?
Yeah. But
that's good.
I don't know.
But you can't practice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you can't
practice.
Here's the final game for you. I mean, by the way, I think the boys pull it out, but that I'm speaking with my heart. I'm guessing if I was speaking with my brain, I would say, I mean, this is going to be a close game. It's heads or tails. You know what I mean? 50-50. Yeah. And I hate to say it. They got the worst matchup. This to me is their worst matchup. The last game is the 4 and 5, and it's going to be the Cards at Rams, and Rams are a 4-point favorite. I'm taking a shot with me on this. He owns Cliff Kingsbury. I think every time they've played, except this season, he's beat them. He only lost them like one time, and that was this season in like an emotional game for the Cards. Rams are getting healthy. Cards are not. They're losing. They're without their star receiver.
Yeah.
I think more things are going in the Rams direction than the Cards direction. I'm sorry, man. I see the Rams winning this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Rams have got some weapons. That guy Cooper Kupp gives. He shines light on the whitey. Maybe I am racist because I enjoy seeing him do well.
Well, actually, there was someone who said he's like he's not only the best white wide receiver, he's like the best wide receiver, period, or something like that.
Yeah, I guess numbers wise he is, right. I like Devontae Adams. I think he's not that bad. But to each his anal. Odell is probably he's like a top 30.
ODBJ?
Yeah, he's like a top 30 receiver.
Would you have so you're saying like one of these 32 teams would have him as number one, as their number one right now?
No.
But he's a top 30 receiver. 32 teams, top 30 receiver.
I guess the Lions, he'd be their number one.
Not that St. Brown kid?
I don't even know who that is. That tells you how bad he is.
You haven't seen his highlights? That like how he's been on, like he's doing so well in the past like few weeks. The kid's like.
Oh, you mean Calvin Johnson?
No, that guy retired a few years ago. I'm talking about St. Brown.
Megatron what? No, I don't know. I don't know Saint Ignatius or whatever his name is.
All right, my bad. He lit it up on the Packs last week, man.
All right, well, Oh yeah, OBJ. He gets pooped on in bed or whatever that rumor was. That dude is wild. He's friends with Drake. So, oh
So
dude,
he definitely has to win.
I read something crazy on Twitter today, which this is not
What?
related to football at all. I don't know if is there anything else we want to talk NFL before I just derail this conversation. Any other
Uh,
final things? Like, what's your Rams for this final game?
yeah. So concluding it with Rams -4.
Okay,
That's my pick.
yeah.
So go, you go.
Well, I mentioned OBJ and then I brought up Drake randomly. There was this thing where I read it today, and I don't know if this is true. This is Twitter speaking, but Drake, uh, this is where being insanely famous would be terrifying. He had sex with this IG model and wore a condom and everything, and then he finished the liquid was in the condom, the stuff they use at the Mayo Bowl, and he poured hot sauce into the condom just to like kill the sperm because apparently that does it, and he put it in the trash. This IG model, being a clout chaser, went to the bathroom to try and like take the condom out of the trash and like put it in her. This is R-rated stuff, folks. I know that Garrett's probably puking his brains out listening, but she was trying to get pregnant off of the condom.
How do we know this? Where did this come out of?
This
Who said?
came from Twitter. Yeah, exactly. Like, and
Who
no, but here's
reported?
here's the thing: is she put it in her badge, and like there was hot sauce in it, and she didn't know, so it burned her badge, and apparently she's suing him now. Which how can you sue for that? Once again, I don't know. This might all get defunct, asked in like 2 hours, but this was all a report, and there were all these memes like Drake keeps that thing on him, and it's him holding Cholula hot
Why
sauce.
did you just put it in the toilet?
That's what I thought too. I was like, why not flush that
Why are
bitch?
you doing all this trouble putting hot sauce in it
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you
Why
just go?
not flush it down? I don't. Maybe she would have tried to drink the toilet water. I don't know, but
Oh my god,
how,
dude!
that's nuts. Yeah, that's a good
I'm
point. At first I was thinking, how did anyone find out about this? But I guess she
sued him.
yeah, she sued, so that's how it became public. But what a terrifying thing to be like. All right, I'm gonna be responsible, wrap myself up, and I've still got these women going to the trash
Yeah,
afterwards.
no comment, man. No fucking comment.
Yeah. So that's all.
Jesus
That's all
Christ.
related to the NFL. That's why I brought it up.
Very good, very good. Always, with that stuff, right?
But that is just terrifying. Well, we gotta
Dude,
hope this podcast never gets big enough that we've got women digging out of the trash.
what the hell? So he brings his hot sauce everywhere? Is that like,
That's
or is
that's
he?
what people
Did
were
he go in
joking about.
her? Did
They're
he go
like,
in her
how did he?
pantry?
Yeah, that's what people were joking about. They're like, he was in a hotel room. How did he get hot sauce? But
Where was it? Like, I don't think a mini bar has hot sauce. Does he have like one of his guys like bring hot sauce to them everywhere? Like,
yeah, he just has a sriracha handy. Yeah, I don't know what he was
but he
doing.
does. You think about putting it in the toilet.
Yeah, it made no sense. But I don't know. That lady has a burning badge. It could just be herpes or something else. But
Could be likely.
yeah. But all right. Speaking of vaginas, do we want to talk NBA real quick?
Oof. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's talk about. I know we said we're not going to talk about him, but Ben Simmons
Yeah.
getting closer to a trade. Um, I think one analyst said the Celtics should trade Jalen Brown for Ben Simmons because clearly the Celtics are not working. And I kind of see that because right now the Celtics are just playing Jalen Brown gets the ball in possession, Jason Tatum gets the ball in possession, and they just do their own thing, right?
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like Ben Simmons and Jason Tatum could play off each other theoretically. Um,
Yeah. Tatum loves to shoot. Simmons doesn't. So that's something.
yeah, and I think like you wouldn't start Simmons at the point, to be honest. I think you'd start him at the 3, or like the 4 and make Jason Tatum the 3, or maybe even make Simmons the
Ooh,
5. And that, I
yeah.
think, like, um, you know, because Simmons at least is a natural passer, and there could be like some flow to their game instead of just hero ball. Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Mhm.
Um, and I think the Celtics definitely need to trade one of them at this point. I mean, it's not a bad trade, but the problem is I haven't seen Simmons play since the playoffs, and he played awfully.
Yeah.
So I'm also scared if I'm like the Celtics about that. I
Yeah,
don't
who
know.
knows
I
what
don't
he
know.
looks like? Is he practicing every day? Is he on Fortnite? Like, what is he even
I
doing?
don't know. I don't know. Is he
Yeah,
playing 2K? Like, I don't know.
probably.
Yeah, probably is right. So, but that's one trade I wanted to throw out there. That's getting steam from some NBA heads.
Mhm.
And then also I was actually at a Clips game this Saturday, man.
Yeah, yeah. How was
Clips,
that?
Clips,
Oh,
Grizz.
yeah, Grizzlies.
Um, Jeez Louise, man. Jeez Louise. How much they charge you for a burger at that Portland Stadium?
It's funny.
Did
I
you go
was
to the
actually
Nets game, by the way?
no, I didn't go. I went
Your
to the
Celtics?
my brother just got the refund like
Oh, okay.
beforehand, so that which is
Okay.
fine. Like we had really shitty seats. Blazers won though, which was cool. But anyway, I actually went to the Cleveland game on Friday, which was fucking embarrassing. We lost to Booby Gibson or whoever's on that
Was
team.
Mobley there? Was Mobley
Delonte
playing?
West. Yeah, he was great. Freaking Garland was really impressive. But your question about the food, yeah, one of my friends, I didn't get any food there. My friend got a $16 euro, and it looked awful.
What's a euro? Is it a
Like
beer?
one of
What a
those
drink?
Greek sandwiches with the pita bread and the jizz.
So you're telling me it's the same price as back in Portland and LA, huh?
I think so. I don't know if it's as ridiculous for beers and stuff. We've talked about this before, but that freaking Dodgers Stadium where it's $16 for a Modelo, it's not that steep. I think it's around 10 in Portland, but it's still really expensive. And
I
what
think the
one
Staples Center is cheaper.
it might be, but one really queer thing that Portland has done is they have some local restaurants in there's this place called Killer Burger, which is a Portland chain, and they put one of them in the stadium. Another place called Sizzle Pie, local Portland pizza place, they put one in the stadium, just ramped the price up, and the portion sizes are even smaller, so you just get royally fucked on that.
Both ways, right?
Yeah, both ways, and that shit sucks because people are like, "Oh, I want a local slice," and then you just are paying for garbage.
Dude,
Uh,
Portland sounds awful. No
oh,
offense.
it's the worst. Yeah, well, I joined Antifa, so it's a little better. But yeah, dude, it's
Okay, good, good, good. At
yeah,
least you guys could bring down the city, hopefully.
yeah, it really could. But I don't know. Now I'm on a whole PDX rant. I'm looking out. I see 35 homeless people screaming. Two of them are
Are you
stabbing.
gonna join them after this?
I might, but two of them are stabbing a mailman. Like there's just it's hectic. It's what you see on CNN.
Got it, got it. Everything I see there is very believable.
They're
Um,
always telling the truth. Um,
but anyways, this game, thank God I didn't pay for the tickets. I won the game from some stupid promotion, and to be honest, they had to pay me to go to this game.
yeah.
Because literally no star players played. Paul George was out, Kawhi Leonard was out, and then on the Grizz side, Ja fucking Morant was out, and it was just like I was like, who am I watching? The Clippers brought some guy named Kofi, Amir Kofi, some other guy named Brandon Boston. I don't know. Maybe these are relevant to the dieharders, but I, it was a painful watch. And then to make matters worse, it was also a Grizz blowout. I think the Grizz ended up winning by like 30 or something.
Yeah.
Um,
And
and,
yeah.
huh? The
Well, I
worst
was gonna
part is,
say let's just talk about that. How the Grizz are so much better without Morant.
no, you're right because the Grizz are so fucking deep. Like, like everyone's giving John Morant some credit, but like I was watching the Grizz team and they're like 7, 8 like players that could play like actual ball. Like You
Yeah.
got Jared Jackson, who's not even like your star or second star or even maybe your third. You got Jonas Valanciunas, right? You got, or no, is Val on the team now or is he on
I thought he
Pelicans?
was. Maybe not.
Anyways, but then you got Brandon Clark, who's coming off the bench, who should be starting for really any other team in the NBA, who I like. Then you also got Dylan Brooks, who's kind of nuts, but he hits his threes. Then you got like Desmond Bane, who is
Yeah.
like secretly like NBA's like most improved player. Like this guy's putting up like clay stats. Like it's kind of nuts.
He's really good. And he has fat fucking arms.
Like yeah, he's a pure like he's a nice shooter. Like where did he come out of, right? Um, it's just like a legit team. And like
Yeah.
yeah, I know now they won like 12 in a row and everyone's giving job props and all that stuff. But like I don't know, man. I think this is just a deep team. Um,
Well, they won 10 in a row without him. That was the funniest thing. And then he came back, they lost. And this is why cuz I'm not a fan of his and I'm not a fan of players. Isn't it funny how in society like when someone has an ego and like talks themselves up, they become so much less likable. Like when
yeah,
Draymond goes, "I'm the GOAT defender." As a fan, you just hear that and you go, "Shut up." Like I don't want to hear this. Like
yeah, I'm with you.
Even LeBron, who's someone that I liked for a long time, once I followed him on Instagram, I just thought this is terrible. This dude thinks he's insane.
Exactly. Stay fucking humble, man. Stay humble.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
it's, yeah, I'm with you, dude.
yeah. But
And Ja has that. Ja has those characteristics.
for sure, you always see him yelling. You see him tweeting about the game. It's like just shut up. You're a good player and keep it at that. But I don't know.
So,
These people love to talk.
so right now they're giving his team a lot of love. Um, and what do you make of it? You think he's like an MVP contender? You think that his team is legit? Like what? Like you're scared to see the Grizz in the playoffs, right? I mean, your team's barely, probably not even gonna make it, huh?
Yeah, we suck. Well, our stars are out too. But I think they're
Yeah,
really good. I think he is an MVP candidate. I think he is incredible. That block he had on Avery Bradley, where he had both of his arms, both of his elbows were above the rim. Did you see that? The
no,
two-handed block he had against the Lakers. Holy
no.
fuck. Yeah, he's a crazy athlete. But honestly, I hope uh, the same thing that happened to Derrick Rose happens to him. So
No, but I like Derrick Rose. I like Derrick Rose,
I like
dude.
Derrick Rose too. I don't like Ja Morant. So
Yeah, I don't like John Morant,
I'm hoping the ACLs or something come
and
from
he
them.
never comes back. And that's it for him.
Yeah, give him
By the
one
way,
cute year, like an MVP at a young age, just D Rose, just what D Rose got, and then let's humble him.
at this point, do you think the Pels messed up by taking Zion instead of Ja?
I think they're calling Zion Greg Oden 2.0.
Really?
Well, he's just not playing. He's at Burger King. He's doing everything besides hooping.
Yeah, that's crazy to me, especially in this day and age, dude.
Yeah,
Is you think he like when is he coming back? Is there like any news on that?
I don't know. It seems like they just keep delaying his return. I'll see a tweet every 4 months going, had too much Popeyes this morning. He's not practicing. So that sucks.
Dude, I don't get when he's gonna come.
Yeah.
Uh, and he's still recovering from a foot injury, and there's no timetable for his return. He's rehabbing in Portland, by the way.
I saw that. One of my friends sent a text and he said, "We got to find this dude." I
Would you
imagine
trade Dame?
he's
Would you
probably
trade Dame
at
for
the
Zion?
trade Dame for him. That could work. But Zion is probably at the Nike campus. He's a Jordan athlete. They probably
Yeah,
are working him out there. So it's over in Beaverton, which is a nice suburb of Oregon. There's not as much
Antifa.
graffiti. Yeah, Antifa. They don't
But
have
I thought
cars.
Antifa is the nice part of town.
It's my favorite, but if
Yeah,
you're outside looking in, I don't think you appreciate it for what it is.
fuckers,
Yeah.
elitists. So do you think? So yeah, he's not in Portland. Just because he likes the city. Essentially, you're saying he's there because that's where Nike is, and it's not like
I think so. Yeah.
unless you could make a Dame for Zion trade. Would you do that?
I, I mean, at this point, definitely not. This dude is. We would do that though. You know what we would do? We would trade him and go. There's all upside, and then this guy would get hit by a bus the next day, and we would just totally fuck ourselves for the future.
And then you guys would convince yourselves and say, "Oh shit, at least we have a bad lottery pick now." So win-win.
Yeah, that's true. Um,
Why did you
yeah,
guys just tank this year? Just call it a tank and get a nice pick.
that sounds good to me. I don't know any of these college prospects or their high school guys. Should we get Bronny? I don't know how it's gonna work.
Yeah, bro. I think he's like a sophomore or junior in high school. But yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. All right, dude. I didn't have much else for NBA. I know that LeBron said he wants to play with Bronny at some point. I don't
Dude,
know.
he's been saying that for 4 fucking years. Bronny's still in high school.
Bronny's not gonna make the NBA either, so that's what's
Really?
weird. Well, Dwayne Wade's son didn't make it, so how is this guy gonna make it
Hold on. What's his ranking?
in Fortnite or basketball?
Fortnite. Okay, so ESPN has him as 49th in the junior class. So yeah, he'll make it.
Huh? Yeah.
Because he'll get all the best trainers, he'll get all the best like experts and shit, and then they'll
Yeah.
like train him up. Yeah. Sounds good.
All right. Well, fair enough. He's short though. I think Bryce, the younger brother, is even taller
He's
than him.
6'2". He's 6'2".
Bronny is.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. Talk about midget.
How tall are you again?
Well, LeBron's not my father.
I don't think it's Bronny's father either.
Yeah, that's
Or
true.
actually, sorry, his mother is not his mother.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you that I saw her in a Target?
Who's Savannah Bond?
Yeah, Savannah.
Oh,
Savannah James or whatever her last name is.
yeah, James.
Yeah. Thick gal, thick lady.
You
Was
think
like,
you think LeBron's staying pure to her?
do you think he what?
You think he's staying pure to Savannah?
Definitely not. There was that thing that came out about Steph Curry having side pieces. Like they're in an open marriage.
What?
Yeah, him and Aisha.
Dude, you gotta lead with that. Really?
I should have brought that up. This was like a month ago, I think. It was right after he set the 3-point record. And then you always got to tear these people down. So someone goes, "Oh, Steph's being celebrated. Let's talk about how he slept with a trans."
Aisha Curry says, "Don't believe everything you read about open marriage."
Huh.
Huh?
So we'll believe part of it.
He said, "Don't believe everything you read. Do you know how ridiculous that is? Don't disrespect my marriage like that. Please and thank you."
Whoa. So it sounds like he just cheated then, and it's not open.
Did he cheat?
Well, let's start that rumor.
You know, I think you're right. Damn.
Did
I don't know.
he slept with like the ball boy or something?
Jeez Louise, we gotta do some more digging for this. We'll get back to you on episode 22, folks.
Yeah. I know we wanted to talk accounting etiquette stuff. I don't know. I feel like we're almost at the hour here. I don't know if we want to. Yeah, brush it off. We'll talk next.
Yeah, brush it off.
I know Garrett loves the accounting stuff, but Garrett.
Sorry for listening for 55 minutes.
Yeah, sorry, G. It's so funny, some of those comments where he's like, leave timestamps so I know. I just want to be here for the accounting stuff. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Dude, you think Jamie is gonna do your timestamps, man? Fuck
Yeah,
you.
we're not paying him enough for that. But all right, we appreciate everyone listening. People have left nice comments saying they like the shit. Some dude left a comment last week saying he liked the McDonald's story. So we'll try to come up with funny stories where we talk about Mexicans. But appreciate it once again. We'll see you guys for episode 22. Taylor Swift, feeling 22. All right. Bye-bye.